Peace. It's your boy DP back with another episode of the Overgang early. Hope niggas is, been tuning in, paying attention to the shit I've been doing. If not, hopefully this one make you a listener. I found this little sample from, Dog, I don't even see the name of the artist on the record. I got the case in here somewhere. The name of the song is Ain't No Love. Here goes the artist. So it's High Energy. And they look like they real energetic on the cover too. You know what I mean? Like they having a good time. They acting like they in here in the studio with me, listening to me make some heat rocks. But High Energy, and then the song is called Ain't No Love Left in My Heart for You. You know what I mean? So I'm going to play y'all a little bit of this sample and speed it up a little bit. Y'all know copyrights and all that. But check it out. Now y'all heard it, man. Yeah, I mean, I think, what is that, about 4 seconds from the beginning of that record? And real talk, I don't even know if I'm going to use this beat. A long time ago, I think I heard like some Dipset mixtape or some shit, and some producer used this. The shit never got famous, it never got big, but I still don't really like using samples I heard other niggas use, because that's not original shit. I know I put the challenge out every week for niggas to try to, make something like I made or make something better than what I made, but that's just for fun. If y'all niggas hear me make a beat, don't go out and take my shit unless you can make it sound like a whole different song like I be doing these samples. And speaking of that, let's get into this shit, you know what I mean? So we'll start, you know what I'm saying? We'll start with the first track, you know what I mean? We got the sample. Played that because you can't have that shit just playing like that the whole fucking song. So I played it a little different, broke it into some more pieces so I could make a little part for niggas to rap to it go like this. And it's just that looped up, and then at the very end we got this because this shit makes it exciting. So you gotta have that in there, you know what I mean? But I only did 2 tracks from the sample, and now I know you hear my bell ringing in the background, man. Let me get back to y'all. I'm gonna go see who that is, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, peace. So I'm back, you know what I mean? Back to this heat rock. So I went through 2 tracks on the samples, and then I had to put the deep bass, you know what I'm saying, for everybody with them deep subs in their trunk and all that. Niggas will appreciate this. Hopefully the camera pick it up, but here we go. On top of those samples, we went real gutter, you know what I'm saying, real simple bass line and all that, but it worked. We go like, so the bass, and then I ain't really do too many synths because there were so many parts of the sample that I ain't really have to. So I went over, did drums, you know what I'm saying? Like one of the first drum tracks I did, I had to put something like this on there. Just a couple of little, get it home with the congas and all that. So I put the congas, started with them, then I went with my heavy line. Cymbal crashes and shit, I need everything to be exciting, so I keep the cymbal crashes popping, all that on all my beats, man. Couple drum tracks, you know what I mean? I got into the hand claps and the snare and all that to keep the rhythm. I mean, we can sit here and go track by track. One track sound like this. One sound like this. You know what I mean? Do that shit. And then we got the, cymbal crashes and all that. They come when they come. At the ends of the stanzas. They come at the ends of the stanzas for all the niggas. And then we got, a little shaker. And then we got, I don't even know what this is. There we go. Another little shaker, just at a different tempo. We got the snare. Put the hot snare on there. And I got the snare off the record from some other song. I don't know the song, but, got the snare from the record. Because typically when you sampling, the snares, they use the same instruments throughout that record. So the snares and any drums and all that shit that you can sample from that record typically will go with one of the samples because they was in the studio in the zone making that album. So they was using all the same instruments and shit. Might sound a little different on track 1 than track 7, but typically them snares can be used and they go with that sample pretty well. So then we got, regular hi-hat work. And then we got the 808. You know what I mean? And all that came together to sound like this. And now I bet y'all niggas really want to hear how that sound with this sample and them Sims, that bass line, so check it out. Y'all here, and just like on all my other videos, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, load it up and let y'all niggas hear like how it really go at the end. And just in case anybody was questioning like how the quality of these coming out, where I'm finding the samples, how I get them to sound like full beats and all that, y'all watch my old videos, man. My studio is a real pre-production setup, B. All you gotta do is have the right ear and a little bit of patience, deal with the samples, deal with your sims, deal with whatever you got, and be, figure out a way to make that shit as good as you can make it with what you got, and you're gonna come out with these heat rocks just like I do. Early though, I want niggas to pay attention, man. We gonna do high energy, turn it on. Anybody that wanna accept the challenge, ain't no love left in my heart for you. If y'all niggas think you can flip it a little bit better, get with me. And I haven't said this yet. You can look at it on my Google page and on my YouTube, but my email address is my name, devin.d.jones@gmail.com. Anybody want to send a response on some, they don't want their beats public and they just want them private or want to say something to me about something, you can do it through the email. It'll pop up on my cell phone like a text message. I'll get back with you ASAP. But, as always, before we go, I want to say peace to the whole Overgang family. Early, starting with my niggas, Franklin Estate. We got Prime Example. We got my niggas in the Black Diamond Committee. We got the Afro Circus. They got the show coming up at the end of the month. When I post my next video, I'll give niggas a little bit more details and all that. We're going to work on recording and doing a couple things with these guys, make them ready for their show. If y'all niggas remember my boy Big Sean, that's what I'm talking about, and his whole squad that's with him. If you don't, check the videos, B. I got all of this shit documented. You can see all of my niggas, man. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna let this beat rock a little bit, and hopefully y'all tune in for another episode of the Overgang when the next one come out. Peace.